So for making the stem of the rose bookmark, I will be using a cotton thread. This is by Red Rose in the size of 20. This is a gorgeous green color. And I'm going to be using a locking pin, and I'm using a thread steel hook of the size of 2 mm, which is also the same as size 4 in the US. So for the stem, I'm going to be using one of my tricks of making the thin thread into a thick thread. And you can, if you want, you can refer to that tutorial from the link above. I'm just going to use that hack here because this is a really thin yarn thread, and I want the stem to be a little bit thick for the bookmark. Okay, so now that I have my thread with 3 plies thickness ready, I'm going to be inserting my hook right in the center, back side of the rose. And I will be inserting my hook in like that, and we're going to be pulling this thread. So I've done chain 20. Now we're going to work onto the petal, so I'm going to be placing in my marker on this previous stitch. And place our hook back into the loop. Now we're going to do chain 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And from the second stitch from the loop, so that's the loop not counted, so that's the first and the second, I'm going to turn my chain around. I'm going to work on the back loop, so I'm going to do a single crochet into the second stitch back loop, so that's a single crochet. Then I'm going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch, and we're still working on the back loops here, so that's a half double crochet. Then I'm going to do a double crochet in the next stitch, then I'm going to do a triple crochet in the next stitch, so we're still working on the back loops. So that's our triple. I'm going to do a double crochet in the next stitch, then a half double in the next stitch, which is actually the last stitch if you see carefully, because you already had the marker there. So that's a half double crochet, and we're going to do 2 more half double crochets here because we're going to be turning the leaf here. So that's 2, and that's 3, and now we're going to be working a double crochet, and we're going to be working on the same back loops over here. So into the next stitch we're going to be doing a double crochet, then just where we did the triple crochet we're going to do another triple crochet, so into this stitch, we have to do a triple, so I need to wrap the yarn around twice. And then a double crochet. So it's really up to you as to how you want to make your leaves. I like to make my leaves like these, which is visually there. You can actually see them. It's like a nice thick leaf. We have a double crochet here. And then we have a half double crochet here. And then in the last stitch over here we do a single crochet. And you see you have the petal forming up, and this would be the back side of your petal, and this would be the front. And now you can do a single chain, so that's a chain 1, which creates that point on your leaf. I need to now bring this thread back to this position. So if you see, I am now going to be working on the back side of the leaf. So I'm going to pull up this loop, and we're going to do a slip stitch over here, and the chain will fall on the back side of the leaf like this. So have the loops a little bit loose, and pick up the loop, stitch over here, hook underneath. I'm going to do a slip stitch. So we've done 10 chain. I think it's a nice position to place in our second leaf. So we're going to put in our marker now. So here we go. Our second leaf is also made. So the sequence that I've done for the leaf is a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, a triple crochet, a double crochet, and 3 half double crochets, and then followed with the double crochet, triple crochet, double crochet, half double, single, and a slip stitch. So this is the sequence for making my petals, and now we're going to continue on to making the chain. So now it's really up to you as to how long you want the bookmark to be, and you can make the chain according to that. So we originally started our stem with 20 chain, then we had 10, and then we have 20. So this is somewhere around 50. You can keep the length as it is, or if you want an additional 10, let's say I'm just going to add another 10. So So now my chain is somewhere around 60. This looks like a nice length for the bookmark. And now we're going to finish the bookmark. So we're right at the end. I've just placed in my marker in the last loop. And now we need the fringe to be somewhere around 3 inches long. So what I'll do is, this is like somewhere around 3 inches. This is how long we want the fringe. So we're gonna bring this portion in through that loop. So we're going to work in this loop, and we're going to bring all of this thread through that loop like this, and pull onto this, and we can balance it out. And when we pull onto this thread, which is actually attached to that loop, it will tighten up the threads, and just pull onto it, tug onto it really tight so it locks it. There we go. So we have somewhat of a fringe ready. Okay, now that I have the tassel portion ready, I need to hide the center portion, the knot area, so I'm going to just use some of the thread. Okay, I've just got it as this long. So I'll be placing this thread just above the loop, one chain above the existing knot area, and I'll bring this through, measure it up one end of the thread like this, and the other end you have it over here. And now we're going to make knots. So I'm going to do a loop knot. And let's do it from the bottom. So take the thread up and place in a knot. Make sure the other end is also there. So there we go. This is our first knot. We're just going to keep on repeating this till I can just come till this portion, and we'll have a nice end of the stem. So we placed in our second. I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'll pause my video and I'll come back once I've just finished this. I'll show you how I will hide the existing thread into the tassel. Okay, so I've done a few rounds. If you can just look at it carefully there. I'll just show you, do another one. And I'm going to do one last one where I will do double knots, not just single, but I will take the thread in through that loop again. This will just secure the last knot. Just tug onto it tight. There we go. And now we can just bring this thread and mix it up with the tassel like this, and we're going to snip the bottom part of the tassel. So we need somewhere on 3 inches, so that's 1, 2, and 3, somewhere over here. There we go. So our tassel is ready, our bookmark is ready. 2 leaves. It's a golden bookmark for the golden words that we read. So if you like this video, then do give it a thumbs up, and do subscribe to my channel from the link below, and click onto the bell icon for the latest updates. Take care for now. Bye bye.